Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
SAS with data types. In general, whenever we are trying to learn any database or any software, we must have an idea how that particular database or software will support different types of data. That means as we are trying to proceed with the SAS, we must have an idea how the SAS is behaving with different types of data, like how it behaves with the character data, numerical data, date. Okay. Let me begin with numerical. I have a number 625. Now I want to read this number, or in another word, I want to save this number. So either you want to read it or if you want to save it, then SAS occupies 8 byte of system memory. 8 byte is a default length, whatever may be the number it is. It may be a single digit number, it occupies 8 byte. It may be multi-digit number, it occupies 8 byte. It may be native integer, it occupies 8 byte. It may be a floating number, whatever it may be. If it is a number, then SAS occupies 8 byte of system memory. This is the nature of SAS regarding numbers. Okay. Now we have character. Let's see how the SAS behaves with the character data. We have a person by the name Daniel. We have a person by the name Daniel, and we are trying to read this. As we are trying to read that, we got an error. Why? Because in general, SAS will expect everything as a number. SAS will expect everything as a number. But do actually is this is a number? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Do Daniel is a number?
No, it's not a number.
It's a character. We know that it's nothing but a character, but the SAS doesn't know that. If you want to
Yes.
specify that, there we need the help of dollar sign. Dollar sign is used to declare the given information as a character, or we can also call it as text. By default, SAS cannot identify the character. So if you want to read the character, then we should declare it using the dollar. Once we give the dollar, then it will identify it as a character and it will accept it. But here also the same thing, it supports only 8 byte of data. But especially when it comes to the character, it occupies 1 byte for one character. That means maximum how many characters do the SAS will support?
32.
As said, SAS support 8 byte of data
Okay.
and it occupies 1 byte for one character. That means maximum how many characters it will support?
8.
Only 8 characters.
Okay.
We have a person like this, Michael Jordan. Suppose if you're trying to read it, as it supports only 8 byte, it will read Michael J. That's it. And it won't read the remaining. We can say this is nothing but one kind of drawback or limitation which we have with the SAS. That's why to overcome this problem, we need the help of length. Length is used to declare the length for the data. Once we declare the length, then we can extend the length of character up to maximum 2 gigabytes. By default, SAS supports only
8.
8 byte, but once we use the length, we can extend it up to maximum 2 GB. Okay. This is the behavior of SAS regarding character. Now, let's think about date. Let's think about date. We have a date value like this, January 10th, 1960. I'm trying to read it. As I'm trying to read this date, I have got an error. I already told you the reason. What was the reason? SAS will expect everything as a number. Because of that reason, it will try to treat even this also as a number. But this is a date value, alphanumerical data. Then how the SAS can read it? So we will get error. So if you want to read it, there we need the help of informat. Informat is used to read the date. Earlier I said $sign is used to read the character. In the similar way, we have informat. Informat is used to read the date. Once I gave informat, now the SAS recognizes this as a date and it will read it. But in SAS, dates are stored as numbers. In
Sorry,
SAS,
hello?
dates,
Excuse me?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Are you going to open the real SAS interface and maybe run the stuff you're showing so that I will see how it works on the SAS interface than just writing it on the notepad?
Even though you are not interested, definitely I will go with the SAS. Without SAS, it is completely meaningless. But before I show the example, I'm just trying to explain.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I just want to know, like, yeah. Thank you
Even
so
though you
much.
don't want, definitely I have to go with the SAS. Okay? Everything is not possible to explain with the notepad. Okay?
Okay,
But before I show example, you should have an idea what is SAS. So I'm just trying to explain it.
okay, all right.
So in SAS, dates are stored as numbers.
Okay.
Now the question is how the SAS can store date as a number. What happens here is it will find out the difference between our given dates and the SAS default date as number of days. Here the SAS default date is January 1st, 1960. This is a constant date value which will never change. So whenever we are trying to save a number, whenever we are trying to save a date, SAS will identify the difference between our given date and this date. And whatever may be the resultant value it got, it will store that value as the date value. Let me make it clear like this. This is the date which I am planning to store, and this is the default date of SAS. Now how many days of difference is there in between these two?
Is 9 days?
9 days. That means it will store it as 9. That means January 10th, 1960 will be stored as number 9, or number 9 represents January 10th, 1960. But at the same time, if we have any date value which is before to the 1960, even in that situation also it will find out the difference, but it will store it as a negative number. So whenever we have given a date, SAS will always find out the difference between our given date and the default date as number of days. If it is before to the January 1st, 1960, it will identify the difference and it will store it as a negative number. If it is after to the January 1st, 1960, then it will identify the difference and it will store it as a positive number. But here the problem is we are giving a pure date, but SAS is trying to show them as a number. That's why to overcome this problem, we need the help of format. Format is used to write the date. Format is used to write the date. So whenever we have submitted a format, okay, we are making the SAS to show it in our desired format. Do you want to represent it in the same style as I wrote it here? We can display it in that way. Or if you want, we can have it in the American format, where we used to have month in the first place, date in the middle, year at the ending. In whatever style you want to have the date will be always decided by the format. Okay. So before going to see the examples regarding all this, let me give the rules. Rules for SAS programming. If you want to write a program in the SAS, we should follow these rules. SAS is case insensitive. That means we can write the program either in uppercase or in lowercase, or it can be mixed case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here the default delimiter is space. If you want to separate one value from another, then we should take the help of space. And here every programming statement must end with semicolon. Every programming statement must end with a semicolon. And if you want, we can write the entire code within a single line or into number of lines. If you want, we can accommodate the entire code within a single line, or we can even write it into number of lines. Okay. So now let's see the examples for everything that I have mentioned here. This is the SAS icon. As you double click on the SAS icon, it opens an environment like this. Remember that SAS is a combination of different windows. As we observe, on the left we have Results in Explorer. If you want, we can navigate from one window to another window by selecting them at the bottom like this. And in the center, we have Log Editor as well as Output. Even here also, if you want to navigate from one window to another window, we can select them like this. Okay. So the SAS is a combination of 5 different windows. So what are those windows? We will see. But before that, I just want to explain the nature of SAS with different types of data. So if you want to create the table, we should always write the program in the editor. This is the place to write the program. Check out in the left side top corner, we have libraries. Can you see it?
Yes.
Libraries means nothing but SAS folders. It is used to maintain the collection of SAS files. As I opened it, right now we have 4 folders. How many libraries, active libraries are there? 4. In this 4, we will take work as the example. I opened it. I have taken work as the example. I opened the work. It has a subfolder, but it doesn't have any table. It doesn't have any table. So here.
Sorry. Why the red dot on that folder?
Icon. The icon indicates it is nothing but a catalog or subfolder.
I mean the red dot. The red dot on the.
We don't have any significance for red dot.
Okay.
The icon itself like that.
Okay.
Okay. So here I'm trying to develop a program to create the table. So if you want to write the program, we should write it in the editor. So in the editor, I said data A. Data is the keyword which is used to create the table. A is the name that I have given to the table. That means I want to create the table with the title A. I want to create the table with the title A. And we know the table is a combination of rows and columns,
Yeah.
isn't it? So I
Yeah.
want to have a single column salary. I want to have a single column salary. Input is used to declare list of columns, and cards is used to declare rows or records. Cards is used to declare rows or records. So I said these are the values that we have like this. I gave 4 records as an example, and then
Mm-hmm.
I said execute the program. Now I'm trying to submit. I wrote something here and I'm trying to submit. Here we have a run symbol for submission. As I submit it, do we have the table by the name A?
Yeah.
And as I open it, open means double click. As a double click, check out, we got table opened here. I said I want to have a single column salary. Single column salary. 4 records, 4 records. And what I said, whatever may be the number it is, it occupied how much of length? Check out. 8 byte of length.
Mm-hmm.
This is okay. Now I'm trying to create another table by the name B. I want to create the table by the name B.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I want to have 3 columns. ID name Sal. I want to have 3 columns. ID name Sal. And 101 name is, I said Michael. Salary is 5,000. 102 Nandhu 3,000. 103 Daniel 7,000. I said run. I want to create the table by the name B, and I want to have how many columns?
3.
3 columns, and I want to have 3 records or 3 rows.
Mm-hmm.
Here I submitted it. As I submitted it. Here we got B. Under the ID 101, 102, 103, under the sal 5,000, 3,000, 7,000. But do we have anything under the name?
No,
Why?
because we didn't put the dollar sign in front of the
Because
name
it is treating it as a number.
as a number.
It is treating name also as a number, but actually name is a character. So if you want to specify it as a character, what we have to do, we should give dollar. Remember that dollar should be given only in the input,
Sorry,
not along with the
Nandhu.
values.
Nandhu, sorry. Quick question. Like the program, the one you just ran, why didn't it give you an error? Like, why did it still print the program?
Why it is not? Come again?
Why didn't it give you an error since you didn't put the dollar sign in front of the
Can you see
character?
this?
Huh?
Can you see this?
See where? Okay, yeah, I didn't see that window. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I didn't see it.
What it said?
Okay, error, 1 error. Okay, now I see it. Yeah.
So I gave dollar. Dollar is used to identify it as a character. Remember that
Yeah.
dollar must be given only in the input,
Mm.
not along with the values. That means we should not say Michael dollar, Nandhu dollar, or dollar Daniel like that. We should give
Mm.
dollar only in the input. That too, it should be given as a suffix, not as a prefix. It should be given after the name of the column, not before the name. Check out the C. Now do we have the character? Earlier we have nothing under the name, but now we have something under the name. It is treating name as a text. Earlier it treated it as a number, but now it is treating it as a text.
Yeah.
Now let me go with another example where some of the names are having more than 8 letters. More than 8 letters. I submitted it. Check out the D. Have you got the complete name?
No, it's cut it off.
Only 8 letters. Why? Because I already told you by default SAS supports only 8 byte. To overcome this, what we have to do? We have to declare the
length.
We have 3 columns, ID, name, sal, but I am trying to declare the length for the name, and name has 13 letters in it. I have submitted it. Check out. Okay. We got complete name. Now I have another example. We have date of birth. Date of birth. I wrote it the short name DOB, date of birth, and we have different dates here. 10th Jan 1960, and I said 5th August 15, 25th 59. I have taken different dates here and I submitted it. As I submitted it, check out, do we have anything under the E? I mean to say, do we have anything under the date of birth?
No.
We have nothing. Why? Because by default SAS won't read the dates. If you want to read it, what we should do?
We should format it.
We must give in format. I'm trying to give in format for the date of birth, and I said date 9 dot. If you declare the date in this particular style, the name of this style is date 9. Why date 9 is because date indicates this is nothing but a date value. 9 indicates the length. 9 indicates the length. As I submitted it, check out what happened. I already told you what I said. It identifies the difference between our given date and the default date. So the difference between January 10th, 1960 and January 1st, 1960 is 9 days. Difference between August 5th, 2015 and January 1st, 1960 is 20,305 days. December 25th, 1959 and January 1st, 1960 minus 7 days. But if it is trying to show it as a number, all will get confused.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why to overcome this problem, we need the help of format. Format will decide how we want to show the date. How we want to represent the date will be decided by the format. Check out. Now we have the date in the same style. Internally, it is a number only. Check out, date of birth is a number. But it is trying to show as a date as we gave format. So in format, we'll read and format for write. If you are not interested to show it in this way, then we can change it. I said, I want to have everything as a number, not as a character. So DDMMYY 10 dot. So date in the first place, month in the middle, year at the ending with 10 digits, including the slash. Or else, if you want to have American format, where we have month in the first place, date in the middle, year at the ending. Check out, month is in the first place, date is in the middle, year is at the ending.
Okay. Sorry, quick
So if you
question.
want, mhm,
Yeah, like for this now, if I remove the informat line, like
mhm.
the first one you put, is the program going to run, or I still need the informat line to make the date show?
Without informant, it won't read it. So if it is
Okay,
not reading, then what is the use of writing?
okay, okay.
So informant is for reading.
The informat makes it to read it, but the format formats it to the right form you want.
Exactly. One is for reading and another is for writing.
All right,
So
thank you.
any one of them is not there, then it is completely meaningless.
Yeah. Then the informat is only for date only, or can you use it to format other stuff too?
Come again, informant is for,
Is the informat used for date only, or can you use it to format other stuff, other things, other items?
we have character and formats, numerical and formats, date and formats also.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
So this is the nature of SAS regarding
Mm.
dates, and as I said, we can write the program either in lowercase
Mm.
or if you want uppercase,
Mm-hmm.
or it can be mixed case. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And every programming statement must end with a semicolon.
Mm.
These are not programming statements, that's why we have not given semicolon there. And how we separated 101 from Michael, 102 from Nandhu, 103 from Daniel? How we
It's
separated it?
just a
Using
space. Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
In SAS, the default delimiter is space. In SAS, the default delimiter is
Space.
space. And what I said, if you want, we can accommodate the whole programming statement within a single line,
Mm.
or we can make it into number of parts.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't matter. If you want, I can write the program within a single line,
Mm-hmm.
or else I can write it into a number of lines. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
all that is nothing but behavior of SAS with different types of behavior of SAS with different data types and programming rules. And as we noticed, the editor, actually we are calling it as editor, but the actual name is enhanced editor.
Okay.
The actual name of this window is enhanced editor, not simply editor, enhanced
Mm-hmm.
editor. This is the place where we should write the program. This is the place where we should submit the program. And once we submitted the program, as per our submission, SAS will generate the result. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the place to write the program. This is the place to submit the program. Once we submitted it, according to our submission, SAS will generate the result.
Yeah.
And as we noticed, this window is color coded, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
is trying to show the program with different colors. Here, blue color is to identify keywords. Keywords are always highlighted with blue color.
Blue.
And that too we will call them as reserved keywords. Why we are calling them as a reserved keyword is because each and every keyword in the SAS are present for a specific reason. Each and every keyword
Mm-hmm.
are present for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
and we must use them only for that specific reason, for what reason they were existing.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, we don't have any other uses to work with them. I can make it clear like this. As the data A, what does it mean? I want to create the table with the title A. If you want, I can create the table by the name B, or I can create the table by the name C, or I can create the table by the name Nandhu or Austin. Whatever name
Yeah.
you want, we can put it.
Yeah.
But I cannot create a table with the name infant. I cannot create a table by the name calls. I cannot create a table by the name run. I cannot create a table with a name in format. I cannot
Okay.
create a table by the name format. Why? Because these are all nothing but keywords. We have a reason
Keywords.
for them. So we must use them only for that specific reason, for what reason they were existing. But apart from that, we don't have any other uses to work with them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But apart from this, of course, within the blue itself, some of them are thick blue and some of them are light blue.
Mm-hmm.
Thick blue is used to identify either starting of the program or ending of the program. Okay, thick blue is used to identify the starting and ending of the program.
Okay.
But remaining all are used to identify the regular keywords. And black color is used to declare statements for doing the programming. Black color is used to declare statements for doing the
Program.
programming. And whenever we have black color in the yellow background, it means it is nothing but a raw data. A raw
Mm-hmm.
data will be always highlighted with black in yellow
Black.
background. And we have green. Green is for comments, numbers, dates, informats, formats, comments, all those are highlighted with green.
Green.
And finally, here we have red. Red means error.
Error.
Whenever we have error, it will be highlighted with red color.
Red color.
So once we got red, it means there is something wrong with our code. So definitely we have to look after our code. We have to modify it. We have to fix it. Unless we modify and fix it, we will not get the result. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In this way, this window is used to show the information with different colors. But
Mm-hmm.
apart from this window, we have some other windows which will do the same work. But by default, when we open the SAS, that window is not available. So if you want to get it, we can get it from the menu bar. In the menu bar, go for View and select Program Editor. Till now, we discussed about Enhanced
Yeah.
Editor.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we do have
Program
Program.
editor.
So if you want, I can write the program either in Enhanced Editor or in Program Editor. I can write the program either in Enhanced Editor or in the Program Editor. Both the windows are used to write the program. Both the windows are used to submit the program. Both the windows will give same result. Both will show the program with colors.
Mm.
Then here comes the question. As we have two different windows for doing same work, what is the difference between these two? As we are trying to do two works, what is the difference in between these two? If you think about Program Editor is present in all operating systems where the SAS is working. In the last meeting I told you, SAS is platform independent. That means we can work with SAS in Windows, Unix, IBM mainframes, OpenVMS. It supports different operating systems or platforms. So
Mm.
wherever the SAS is working, there we have Program Editor also.
Mm.
But Enhanced Editor is default only for the Windows. We don't have this window in the remaining operating systems. Enhanced Editor is only for the Windows operating system. And Program Editor is a compiler. program editor is
A compiler.
compiler. That enhanced editor is compiler as well as interpreter also. It is both compiler as well as interpreter.
Interpreter.
So if you think about compiler, I will say this will check for the errors only after submission. Whereas when it comes to the interpreter, even this will also check for the errors line by line, even without submission. Both will check for the errors. One will check for the errors only after submission. Another will check for the errors line by line, even without submission. I can make it clear like this. Data is the keyword. That's why it was highlighted with blue color. Suppose if I modified it, it is highlighting with red color immediately.
Yeah.
So in whatever line we have error, it is highlighting with red color immediately. This is the nature of enhanced editor. But if I try to do the same with the program editor, check out what happened here. Do we have any difference?
Yeah, it didn't highlight it in red.
Okay. I can make it even more clear like this. If you are working with the enhanced editor, here we can identify the errors while developing the program itself. While we are entering the program, there itself we can identify the errors. That is the advantage with the enhanced editor. But program editor is not like that. It gives us the information regarding the errors only after submission. Suppose if we have not submitted the program, then it won't give us any information regarding the errors. And of course, we can save the program from both the windows. We can save the program from both the windows. If you want to save it from program editor, select this window and go for save. Specify the location where you want to save it. Declare the name by what name you want to save it. It will be saved as a
SAS file.
In the similar way, if you want to save it from enhanced editor, select this window, go for save, specify the location where you want to save it, declare the name by what name you want to save it. Even this one also will be stored as a SAS file. So we can save it either from program editor or from the enhanced editor. But the difference is, without saving, if I submit the program from program editor, the programming code is available only for a single submission as I submitted it. Without saving, if I submit, it will be automatically deleted. That's why we must save it first if you want to work with the program editor. But enhanced editor is not like that. Even though we have not saved it, the code is available for resubmission. Okay. So these are the only differences which we have in between enhanced editor, program editor. Okay. And as I told you, in almost all situations, okay, both are same. We have some minor differences. And here we have log. Log is used to give a relevant information regarding our submitted program. Whenever we submitted a program, information that is related to our program will be highlighted in the log. And as you noticed, even the log is also color coded. Here black color is regarding the programming code. Whatever may be the program that we submitted, it will be displayed as it is with black. Blue is nothing but notes. Blue is nothing but notes. That means by submitting the program, what we are trying to do will be explained by the blue color notes. Okay?
Yeah.
Like have we copied the data from one file to another file, or have we copied the files from one folder to another folder? Have we uh, generated any report, or are we are doing any analysis? Whatever may be the kind of work that we are trying to do, by declaring a program will be always highlighted with the blue color nodes, and at the same time it gives the information how much time it took to do that particular work. Okay.
Yeah.
And there we have green. Green means nothing but warning. Green
Okay.
means nothing but warning.
Warning.
Minor mistake or negligible error. Even though we have not modified the code, still we will get the result. But it will just suggest us there is something wrong with our program. But at the same time, when we have something with red, red means nothing but error. So whenever we got something with red color, it means it is nothing but an error. So definitely we have to look after our code, we have to modify the code, and we have to fix it. Unless we modify and fix it, we will not get the result. Okay? And here we do have auto suggestions. Check out, I submitted it.
Mm-hmm.
What it said, assuming the symbol INPUT was misspelled as IPUT.
Okay.
So it identifies the right keyword and it gives the warning message like this. And not only that, it applied that particular keyword and it even generated the result also. We got result also. But it just suggests that there is something wrong with our code so that we can correct it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why the best way to work with the SAS, or the best way to practice the SAS, is to follow the log window. If you are able to understand the information that we have in the log window, then
Mm-hmm.
in general we will never get any program errors or data errors or even syntax errors also. If you
Okay.
can understand the log, you will never get any syntax errors, program errors, or data errors. And if you want, we can save the information of log. If you want to save the log, just select this window and go for save. Specify the location where you want to save it. Declare the name by what name you want to save it. It will be saved as a SAS log file. And here we have output. Check out, do we have anything in the output?
No, not for
It
now.
is empty. Why?
Yeah.
Because output window will become active only while you are generating the report. Remember
Okay.
that in SAS we have two types of programs. One is data step.
Mm-hmm.
This will create and manage the tables. Another is proc step, where we will do the analysis
And
and
print.
report writing
Mm-hmm.
about the tables. Okay, already tables are existing. On those tables we will do the analysis and report writing. Every data step will start or begin with the keyword data, and every procedure begins with proc. Okay, so I went with data. That means I'm trying to create the table. But if you want to analyze the data, then we need the help of proc.
Frog.
I will do a small analysis. Check out, we have a folder SAS help. I
Mm-hmm.
opened it. It has number of items in it. One of
Mm-hmm.
the table is nothing but class. I opened the class. Class is a table with 5
Mm-hmm.
columns, name, sex, age, height, weight, and it has 19 records.
Mm-hmm.
Now on that table, I want to do the analysis. So I said proc. I set frequency. I want to identify the frequency. So the name of the procedure is freq,
Mm-hmm.
and I said data. Data means table. I want to apply this on which table? What is the table name?
Class.
But class is present in SAS help. So the location is SAS help.class. Location is
SAS
SAS help
help.class.
class. And we know that in the class we have 5 columns, but I want to get the frequency about only age.
Age.
So I said table. Table decides which column you want to analyze. I want to analyze only age. Then I said run. As I submitted it. This is output. Earlier we have nothing in the output, but now we got something immediately. Isn't it? Least frequency is for the age 16, we have only 1%. Highest is for the age 12, where we have 5%. And along with the frequency, it gave percent and even cumulative values also. And we have the same results even on the results viewer, but here we have the information in tabular format, nothing but in a box.
Oh.
And it will support all colors, blue and black. It will support all colors, and if you are trying to save it, it will be saved as a web page, nothing but a HTML file. Okay. But when it comes to the output, it will support only blue and black. It will not support the remaining colors. And if you are trying to save it, it will be saved as a SAS listing file. And on the left side, we have results. Results will maintain the list of reports. Right now, I declared a single program to generate the single report. Okay. In the similar way, if I declare 10 programs, then the whole list of 10 reports will be maintained under the results. Of course, it not only maintains the list of reports that we generated, but it provides direct access to open those reports. Okay. And finally, here we have Explorer. Explorer is a combination of 4 different icons. Computer, this is used to access local machine. If you want to open any particular file that is present in the local machine, we can access it directly from here itself. It will show the whole system drives. Favorite folder, even this is also used to access the local machine. But regarding a specific folder, I created a shortcut to my documents, so I can access it directly from here itself. File shortcuts, even this is also used to access local machine, but regarding a specific file. So computer is used to access the whole machine. Favorite folder is used to access a specific folder. File shortcut is used to access a specific file. And finally, here we have libraries. I already said libraries means nothing but SAS folders. So what are libraries? How we can create the libraries? How we can work with the libraries? What are the contents that we have in the libraries? What are the categories that we have for the libraries? We will think about everything that is related with the libraries with the next meeting tomorrow. Okay. I will stop here. Any questions?
Yeah, I have first of all, you were saying something about the errors, so I want to know a little more about, like, you said the program error, the syntax error. What types of errors do we have in SAS, and can you explain
We
a
have
little
a separate topic for it. There we will see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what's the difference and the similarities between the results and the output window?
Output window will support only 2 colors, and it will be saved as the listing file. But when it comes to the HTML, it will support all colors and it will be saved as a web page. And here the information is in a tabular format, but here the information is the normal. That's it.
That's just the basic difference between them.
That is the only difference between them.
Okay. Then, like, what determines in the log window, like, you see specific time of like the program runs, what determines the amount of time that the program runs for?
I didn't got you.
What
What did you say?
determines the, like in the log window, like I'm seeing the rate time, the CPU time. What determines these times, like that the program runs, or what determines the time?
How much time it is taking to execute the program or to process it. Real time means the time that was taken by the system. CPU time means the time that was taken by the SAS processor. Okay,
Okay.
time that was taken by the SAS processor is CPU time. Real time means the time that was taken by the whole SAS.
Okay. So, like, what factors determines, is it your system time or Mac or Windows? What determines the time, or is it general?
Generally, if you want to write an efficient program, okay,
Uh-huh.
we will always look how much time it is trying to take. So based on that, we can write an efficient program. Sometimes we can do a single work in different ways. So which method is taking less time? Okay, based on that, a efficient programmer, okay, will write an efficient program. To know that, we must have an idea regarding how much time it is taking. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Namaste. But like, as the class goes, you have PowerPoint presentations, right? In PowerPoint, or
I
just like,
already no, I don't have any PowerPoint presentations. All that I have is the ebooks. Okay, literature. I already forwarded those things to your consultancy. Okay, if you want, you can read any topic from them. Why? Because we will have an idea what will be the next topic. I already told you. By tomorrow, we will go with the libraries. So on every day, I will
mm,
uh, give the name of the topic which you will see in the coming session. So you
okay,
can refer those books, and if you want to come prepared, you can refer those books and you can come prepared.
okay,
Okay,
all right, all
but
right,
I don't have any presentations. My style is always to explain in the notepad and then to give the relevant examples regarding that particular explanation.
okay. This the notepad, I will get this notepad stuff. Am I gonna get them?
Yeah, I already
Okay.
forwarded it to, that means last meeting notepad you can have from your consultants, and even this notepad also I will forward it to them. You can have it from
Yeah, I
them.
got. Yeah, I got the last one. Although the format it was just a straight line. It was not really
Yeah,
arranged. Yeah. Mm.
every once every session is over, okay, once the session is over, within 5 minutes you will get that code for every program, for every session.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thanks. Have a nice day. Namaste. Mm.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.